Hey, what's going on, everybody? Welcome back to the Friends Podcast, man. Thank you so much for
Yes,
joining us,
sir.
man. If it's your first time, thank you so much for coming and checking us out today, man. We appreciate all the listeners, new, old,
hmm
in between, man. So let me introduce myself. My name is Matt. I'm here with my co-host.
My name is Rod, and this is the Friends Podcast. Make sure you check us out on all streaming services. That's Apple Podcasts, Spotify, Amazon Music, iHeartRadio, YouTube. Also, check out our socials at the Friends Pod on Instagram. So,
Yes, sir, man. Check us out everywhere that we are. So we got a special guest in the building today, man. So we're definitely excited to have this guy in here, man. Have some good conversation with him. Go ahead and introduce yourself.
What's good, family? I'm Jay, aka Jay.com, creator and host of the Jae Friends Podcast. Thank y'all for having me.
Yeah, man,
absolutely.
absolutely.
Yeah.
So yeah, we're gonna get into some cool things today, man. Some good conversation and all that cool shit. But let's start how we usually do. How's everybody week been so far? Let's go with you, Jay. What's going on with you this week?
Oh man, great, my fam. Fresh off vacay, the whole podcast team took time out. I went to South America for a week just to relax,
Okay.
just get away from everything. Came back and I came back with like 5, 6 episodes of topics. So it's been a busy week. Like
Yeah. Okay. So where you said South America? You went to like Argentina, like Brazil, some type shit like that.
I went to Chile,
Chile.
Valparaiso, Chile. Yeah.
Okay, that was your first time out there.
That's dope.
On that side, yeah.
Okay, that's what's up. Okay, world traveled, world traveled. I see.
Absolutely.
What about you, Rad? What's going on with you this week?
This past week was not too bad. I had a homie's birthday. Went to go say what's up. But other than that, we went out, kicked it a little bit, celebrated. What about you? What you got going on?
Man, same old shit for me, man. Just editing the shit. I ain't been doing shit this week, man. I just been tired as hell. Work been busy and shit like that.
Hear you.
So nothing too crazy, nothing too crazy. Just kind of kicking it as usual. But I guess we can go ahead and get into these topics that we got today, man. So I guess let me kind of open with this first topic, man. So I mean, I'm sure everybody done heard by now that Joe Biden was like, "Yo, we about to get these student loans out of here, the 10K, the 20K." I think it's a good thing, though. I think it's definitely a good thing, to kind of take that burden off of people, and stuff like that. But I know some people mad about it. Y'all got any thoughts on, this new shit Biden did?
I weigh in on, well, a lot of, if you really think about it, right, he's not really eliminating the debt. He's eliminating the debt to those who owe the debt because he's giving it to people who don't owe it as taxpayers. If you don't have any
Well,
debt,
yeah.
that's where it's kind of defaulting to. But I feel like it's a good thing. It's no way you should go and spend hundreds of thousands of dollars on an education, right? Some of
Hmm.
these professions over your course of time, you'll see that type of money. But to have to work your whole life to pay off a student loan as if it was a 30-year house mortgage is
Yeah.
absolutely crazy. And I'm sure it's some smart people out there who can put together a system to circumvent something like this where both sides win, the educators and the educated.
Mm. I can see that. No, that's a good point, though. I didn't even think about it like that. It's really going to be the burden of the taxpayers at the end of the day. And it could, I think this could open the conversation of being like, hey, man, let's go ahead and have free college, or let's have, college at a discounted rate. Because, like the cost of college and inflation, like cost of college up here, inflation, like it's advancing in a different, level. I guess, Rod, you got any thoughts on like, what Joe Biden did?
I mean, it's definitely appreciated. I think that's the consensus versus most people, but I'm kind of thinking like, is it enough? 10K, 20K? That's not a lot of debt or money off. So how much is it really helping?
I mean, yeah, shit. I think it's enough to me. I got 30,000, and I'm gonna get 20,000 taken off. So for me, yeah. But I know, like Jay said, there's people 100,000, 200,000. Like
Exactly.
motherfuckers is paying hella money for this shit. So I don't know. I just think, I think what's interesting about it is people is getting mad. Like that people are like, oh, why are you giving this debt away? Why are you forgiving this when people got these PPP loans that was getting forgiven? Like what are we really complaining about? Like the loans just getting forgiven. So
Yeah, Biden's coming after everybody who scammed the system for sure.
yeah, as you should. I don't want to wish nobody in jail, but like shit, like if you weren't using that money for the right, I mean, shit. If I
So
had to
they
drop
deserve
on
it.
it, I wouldn't say that because I feel like if I had to drop on it, I might have, went ahead and got that joint. But I mean, shit, I guess you got to hold them accountable at the end of the day. Um, another thing I was thinking about this though, the midterm elections coming up. So I'm thinking like Joe Biden was like, you know what? Hey man, let me go ahead and drop this shit right quick.
I feel like
Get
the
in the good graces.
Democrats was definitely pushing that because the younger generation, they
Mm,
ain't really wasn't too much messing with Biden. They feel like he's just not honest to what he said in the beginning. He said he was gonna do all this stuff when he first jumped on, and that was some years ago. So now that these elections about to start, it is kind of a weird like kind of situation and why he's doing it right now.
This classic
yeah.
playbook stuff, fellas. Uh, you always see the big decisions or the big action at midterms, and then right around either the end of the election cycle when he's about to run. Like I think Obama hit everybody with hope, right? That's how he got in. But then that
Yeah,
second one, he secured the bag by bringing everybody back from Afghanistan. Like those big action items are what the Democrats are trying to do to kind of stand tall and try and hold seats. But I don't know. In my opinion, it's a good thing, but too little, too late.
I agree. It is too little, too late. But so let's kind of talk about that, Jay. So, like, how into politics are you? Like, you kind of like somebody that pay attention to it all the time, or you
Yeah,
kind
yeah, yeah.
of
I
dip and
do
dab
because
in it?
yeah, yeah,
Okay, okay. Well, that's a good thing. I feel like it is good to be informed on it.
and
Do you
we're
think that's a good strategy though? Do you feel like
uh,
they should wait? Like, I feel like they should. If we asking for
nah.
something.
It's just it's playbook strategy across the board. Like I said, the big things don't happen until right around the election cycle time. So
Mm-hmm.
in a perfect world, you would want a president, a senator, or a congressman to get in and start knocking out all the things that you promised constituents in your campaign. But when it's one thing to not sit in the seat and be like, oh, when I get there, I'm gonna do X, Y, and Z, until you realize you're not really the one pulling the strings. You being pulled. You got people who funding your campaign. Okay, well, hey, I gave you 3 mil. So no, I
Yeah,
need X, Y, and Z done. So some
yeah.
other people, and you have to
right.
low key get those things done. And then the pecking order, us, we don't matter. It's pushing them other agendas through to make those million billionaires that money.
Mm-hmm. No, that's true. Now that's the curtain that they got to pull back too. Like all these donors and stuff like that. That's
Yeah,
something I've been learning about. As of recently, like a lot of these people, like affect change in ways that we could never imagine unless we get a billion. You know what I mean? But I don't know. This politics shit, man. It's all fucked up. But we got to do it. We got to live in it.
yeah.
Um,
Yeah, let's get into a little bit about you and your podcast and how did you get going and how you got started a little bit.
All right, so I'm 40 years old. I'm a retired veteran, so I did my 20. Um,
okay.
my last five, well, I reside here in DC, but my last five was easy. I came to DC and just took an easy assignment to retire. But in 2013, I was in Afghanistan and I wrote a book, and it was just about my crazy stories with women, traveling the world, army stuff. And then I scrapped the book, and then around 2018, somebody was like, "You should do a podcast." So I met with some people. Then I met with my lawyer, and we did all the legal things. Our LLC did copyright, trademark, my logo, and all of that. I started a podcast, and I've been rocking for 4 years, man. 4 years in this space. So basically, my podcast is just some successful veterans, and my friends who transitioned to dope careers post military. So we talk about military topics, current events, and then we get with some of the ratchet stuff, and the fans seem to enjoy it.
Okay, that's dope. That's what's up. Now, had you previously listened to podcasts before you started one? Like, where you get that basis from to even like be able to talk?
I have been listening to podcasts uh, since I mean, Apple started podcasts. So um, my man slipped my man name, but he died. Y'all
Yeah, you
probably
talking
know
about
him.
yeah. Reggie O'Shea.
Reggie O'Shea, the great Reggie O'Shea, man, podcast God. If you don't know, go back and listen to his podcast. But
Hmm.
I was listening to Reggie O'Shea, and I was on Joe Budden in the beginning. Who we'll name this podcast later, and it just seemed like a thing, but not nothing that I would do until somebody was like, "You should try it," and it just kind of blossomed. I never see myself doing that though. Ever.
So like, was you? So, and also, let me ask you about the book though. Like, so what made you scrap that? Like, did you feel like it wasn't good enough, or what's going on with that?
Was it just like wild stories from back in the day?
Yeah, it was
Oh,
well,
got
like
you.
in Thailand, uh,
I heard
about
about
to get.
Thailand, the red light district. That's what.
Yeah, bro, I got a tattoo right now. Like he was high, I'm drunk, and he's so drunk. I'm like, I don't think he's supposed to be smoking while he tattooing me.
Yeah,
And but nah, writing a book is really hard because you got to think it's like, okay, the guy walks in, the room is this. You have to really describe everything to a person as opposed to just like, yo, so this one time I went to Shorty house, bah 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 bah. Like it's not that easy, so
you
it's
gotta say she had a
hard.
lavender candle lit. You know, she had a picture up on the wall, like all
The
that.
the smell of the room hit my nose at 3 feet in, and you can see the
Yeah,
smoke. And like, yeah, it's hard. It's hard writing a book,
yeah,
man.
for sure. I mean, you think maybe one day you gonna parlay back into that? Kind of finish that or go into some other stuff? 'Cause I'm sure you got 20 years of stories. 40 years of stories, really.
Yeah, I probably would link with a writer and take my story and then they could sauce it a little bit. I mean, it's truth, but you still got to sauce it like a movie. But yeah, I think I would at some point. It's some stuff people should would love to hear, man.
Absolutely, absolutely. I guess let's go ahead and get into the next topic then. Kind of get into have you heard the story about the AI rapper that was signed by Capitol Records? They signed a rapper that's just like a robot, basically.
That was short lived. I don't want to step on the story, but they ended it that
Yeah,
fast too. But
they did. Yeah. Grand opening, grand closing.
Yeah, racist ass robot.
this is the music industry's way of fighting back with artists being independent now. Like the jig is up, right? So it's like, how old are y'all?
29.
29.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, pretty much the same.
All right, so y'all didn't catch that era where like you really needed to. They used to sit outside of record labels and rap for people. And here's my tape. To get on, you needed a record label, but now you can go viral. You can put an album out at the touch of a button, right? So most artists are doing partnerships. I don't need you to sign me to a slave deal. I just need you to promote and distribute my project,
Right. Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
Put me on these Apple playlists. Put me on these Spotify playlists, right? I don't need y'all. So I don't need a 360 deal. I don't need none of that, right? Now, labels ain't making bread because in reality, it's only one or two artists per label keeping the lights on.
Yeah.
A Riri, a Drake, a Ed Sheeran, people like that, right? So now it's like, okay, well, we ain't making no money, so let's just get a team of writers, let's get a team of beat makers, and create an AI rapper
Crazy.
and put it out.
Yeah. Which is interesting though. You know what pissed me off about it is like why did they choose rap first? Like this is the first experiment with it. Like I know rap is like
It's one reason why.
okay, speak on it.
Which is the biggest genre in music world fucking wide.
Right. Right.
Like,
Right. Right.
we set the trends. They want to be us. Period. I don't know if I could cuss, but my bad.
No. Yeah.
But
Yeah.
it's a no brainer, dog. You really think an AI country singer will hit,
I mean,
or
shit,
they
they could
make
have tried it.
a AI version of Tank?
Yeah, that would be crazy.
Nah,
I
I
mean,
think
they
that
could have tried a Taylor Swift or something. Like I feel like they should have did that. But you're right though. It is rap hip hop is up there.
I think they gonna steal my idea. But if they were smart,
Hmm.
I wouldn't have let 6ix9ine come back. I would have did this experiment with that little when he did that video with that AI character.
Mhm.
I would have made 6ix9ine that dude. So 6ix9ine is not 6ix9ine. It's that dude, and capitalize off of his fame network. You never needed him. Just give him a piece of the pie. Let that character continue to go.
What does 6ix9ine have to do with this? What do you mean?
So that when he came back, he made like a little AI type rapper. It was a video, but it wasn't him. It's a caricature of him.
Mm,
They wanted to do this experiment. You could have did that with him, that character,
yeah.
Yeah, they didn't
if
need him
that
in the
makes sense.
studio. They could just
You don't need,
put
I
the
don't,
algorithm.
yeah.
But there's a difference though. 6ix9ine is an actual person, so if they use 6ix9ine
No,
lyrics,
a caricature. No, 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 no. I ain't say lyrics. A caricature. He was still he was a draw. I don't need 6ix9ine. I want a license. Maybe you would consider your likeness,
mm-hmm.
but I don't need you. I'm gonna get a team of writers and beat makers. I got all kind of AI, or I could sample your voice and get it to do it. Like that's it. I just taking that.
Yeah, that probably would have been safer for him too, because I know he was probably, trying to duck and dodge all kind of folks, coming out
Yeah,
of
I'm just looking
jail.
at it. I'm just looking at it as a business perspective. They could have
Yeah.
did that a better way, but just in totality, the way that record company did this was they was pandering to black people. It was total disrespect, and somebody should have said something when before this even went out. Like, yo, fam, we not going for this. We not
I
going for it.
going back to that 6ix9ine thing though. Him coming out of jail after his snitching or whatever. Um, do you agree with like the outlook on it of trying to promote 6ix9ine afterwards, or if you was in that position, you would have told too, right? Because I mean, it's the right
If
thing
I
to
was
do.
him,
Yeah, if you was him,
nah,
it's because the right
I'm
thing to
not.
do,
Nah, I
right?
wouldn't. Nah, I ain't telling you. You put yourself in that position. You know what I'm saying? Like
Thank
you
you.
you knew what was going on. So
But
Thank you.
he got a family.
what?
He
You
knew
knew
that when you
that.
were doing that shit.
You ain't got to tell on nobody. You take your L's.
So
You take your L's. You gotta tell nobody. Take your L's.
so either 30 years or telling and getting out in a couple years.
I stand on my principles. Like, I'm not gonna help you do your job. You convict them, it's the same as you gonna convict me. I'm not, and it ain't even like, oh, I'm holding the homies down. I'm like, nah, I
But
don't know what they did.
but you told, and then you would get off. Like that's what they did. Then you wouldn't do it. Like
No,
if you can be
I'm
back
not
with your
telling.
family, like you wouldn't want to
I'm
be
not
back with your
telling.
family.
I'm
This the
not
thing
that.
though. This
Yeah,
the
Oh,
nah.
thing. My bad to cut you off. This the thing because me and Rob be having this argument sometimes, like from time to time. My thing is like 6ix9ine should have never put himself in that position, knowing that wasn't him from jump, and he could have eliminated all that. He could have not tried to be a street drill rapper. He could have just kept doing what he was doing, working McDonald's or something. But if you're gonna jump in that life, you gotta, I guess it's a street code, so quote unquote. But
I
that's
mean,
my take on it.
his point of view is he was threatened. His girl was taken advantage of.
I get that.
Um, things were done to him. So when it's time to be like, all right, you're gonna take that many years for these guys that did this to you, or you're gonna be like, what happened? Just be honest. And if the story was, hey, they did this, I was there too, but I'm letting you guys know because I'm a citizen. I'm not a street person. Like that's just dead.
Nah, because
And
he played that persona
you can
though.
go home to your daughter instead of seeing her when you're an old man.
You can't pick and choose when you want to be gangster. If I had those same guys back in my podcast, if I'm not about that life, I'm gonna separate me from them. It's gonna be a layer in between. You funding and rolling with me, but at no point am I running the streets with y'all, acting like y'all or nothing. We in this thing to get we in business together, and I
Okay.
got it. Like y'all provide protection, y'all pay me well, and y'all eating off me. But in no way, shape, or form am I. We making legal money now. Why do I need? I could hire all the 6'8", 350 pound ex NFL alum. I could have 8 Spice Adams around me.
Yeah.
Why would I
Yeah.
need?
Yeah.
I'm not doing that. And but again, he 6ix9ine could not look me in the face and tell me that they didn't do that to other people around him too. So man, I know you've seen that being done to somebody else. You're not gonna see other people around and not think that it ain't gonna happen to you. So
It can't just be rap is entertainment. So maybe he was a gangster, but his music can't be his environment or what he saw. I feel like that's kind of relates to the rap bill that they're trying to push, saying using lyrics and
say that one more time.
the rap bill. There
No, no,
are
no. Your previous statement.
before
Yeah, you saying
rap is entertainment.
rap is entertainment. Rap is poetry, but
Like it could be like looking at your surroundings or your environment, talking about that. It ain't got to be you. Like you ain't got to be the
right.
gangster, but it was what you was around.
I mean, yeah. Again, you don't have to. Case in point. Future laughs all the time in interviews. He was like, "I don't do drugs like that. I don't do lean, but everybody think I does
Yeah,
because it is what it is." And people like what they like and they want to hear what they want to hear. So again, if I think 6ix9ine was a victim of, like, I call it the Tupac syndrome. Tupac wasn't as gangster as he was. He let the persona of Bishop and all of that I'm gonna be bad behind the mic kind of
mm,
come to fruition, and ultimately it cut your time short, whether it's death, jail, whatever.
facts, facts. I could see that.
Yeah,
I never made that comparison before.
like exactly. It don't even have to be 6ix9ine. Just the idea of a person
Yeah, because these
being
rappers
honest in their
lying.
situation. Yeah,
A lot of these
Yeah,
rappers lying for sure, which
yeah,
I don't see why. Like I guess like like Jay said, hip hop is
why don't you see why though? Like in this day and age, like every rapper kind of all the music sounding the same anyway. So
that's
it's like
true.
if you know that's the way to get money, why wouldn't you just follow the same kind of per se drill sound? If you know I get this kind of beat, I rap like this, I talk about this, and that's the formula. Why wouldn't you just follow that formula? And I feel like that's what so many kids are doing.
Now that's a good point, but I just wish it wasn't this. I wish they wasn't lying about this. Like why couldn't it be they lying about, I don't know, not even lying. Like why can't it just be honest music? I guess people do want to be stars, people want to, make all the money, but like it just make me mad that this is the rhetoric that they pushing. They're not even living it. Like at least if you're gonna do that, then keep it real. That's just kind of how I feel about it. But I don't know. We can go all day on this rap topic because
yeah,
there's a lot of rap topics to talk about. But let's kind of talk about the next thing that we kind of want to get into today. I know Jay, you mentioned that you was in the service, for 20 years. So I only have you ever even had like a real 9 to 5 job?
yeah, yeah. I had a 9 to 5. I work for the government now, so
Okay.
it's not a real 9 to 5, but I guess if you could say a real 9 to 5, hell no. I wouldn't say I had like to clock in. I've never been hourly, so I wouldn't, yeah, a real 9 to 5 now. But yeah,
I feel that. So I guess it's this new concept that we've been hearing this coming around, talking about quiet quitting. I don't know if you heard about that, but I kind of explained it a little bit. So
yeah,
kind of like what it is, for the listeners and for everybody to understand. So you get to a point, in your job where you kind of not feeling it no more. So what you do, the strategy that you use is like, okay, I'm gonna do the bare minimum. I'm gonna do what I need to do to get by, hit this commitment, do whatever I need to do just so I can get paid. So it's kind of like you're not overexerting yourself and trying to do too much and kind of, put, trying to, raise what's the word? Like advance at your job and stuff like that. But you're
Yeah,
just
trying
kind
to
of doing it.
hustle and move forward.
So I don't know. I guess I kind of wanted to hear your thoughts on, like, is this people saying it's kind of, some crazy shit to do, but I feel like a lot of people go to work and do the bare minimum. So do y'all have any thoughts on, quiet quitting and, if it really is something that, employers should look out for and be like, oh no, if you're doing that, we got to fire you.
I feel like why is it even a problem if you're doing what the description says? Or if that was your job and you did your
Yeah.
role, then why is it a problem? Like they can't fire you for not doing over what they ask.
I agree. I mean, they can't. They can, I guess. I mean, some companies, they want people to, kind of overexert themselves, and because I mean, we all know we live in a capitalistic society, and so if you work in a 9 to 5, like you're kind of being taken advantage of,
Yeah.
kind of, you know what I mean. So they expect you to, if something extra come up, they
Yeah.
want you to jump on that shit real quick. So it's like I could see some companies being like, if you're not, if you're not doing the most, then we really don't have no need for you. Um, to me, I don't know. I just feel like it's cool. Like shit, get it how you live,
Even
get your money.
the word's a bit weird, quiet quitting, because you're not really quitting.
So, from a business perspective, right? If I'm trying to put this in a good context, right? If I have a cleaning business and we clean in one big office building, like that's my main contract, right? And it takes me, I need a round number, I need 10 people to clean this building efficiently. But y'all two are like my superstars, like right? We are y'all all 10 of y'all make the same amount of money, but like y'all the superstars, y'all be in and out. I'm talking about like cleaning floors faster than everybody else.
Yeah,
But I ain't giving no bonuses, I ain't giving no raises. I ain't even cutting slack when you late. Like, nah, that 15 minutes coming off your check. Like, fam, I ain't even, all of this. After a while, it's like, even though you're not giving me more, you ain't even looking out for me. Like, I can't come back late for lunch or take an hour lunch instead of 30 minutes because I'm killing this on the back end. Like, you looking good. So if you're not even rewarding me or looking out for me in ways that what I'm saying, like that's above money or whatever, then why am I gonna continue to do what I do? So I'm a quiet quit. I'm gonna work just as the dudes that's doing just enough to get by. I'm gonna do the same thing, and then let's see what happens. So when you've been getting by with 6 7 people because you know y'all two be like, oh, you know what, Jay only got 7 people. We started with 10. You know what? So nah, let me just do what I do because I'm
hmm
still getting paid the same. Like you ain't helping me out.
that makes sense. And then also, when you one of them people in them workers that's overexert yourself and you always do, 10 times what you need to, they always gonna expect that. So if you always doing that, and then they not give you no incentive for that, I guess that is a good point. Like you might as well just do what's in the job description at that point.
That's
It's in
why I
the
feel like,
military.
yeah, you guys like start off bad. So when you do average,
You think
they're
so?
gonna be like, oh man, he improving.
Yeah. That's what? That's good. Yeah, you can't. I guess you can't set no high expectations from jump for real. That's a good
It's
point.
only one way. Yeah, if you come out and you touch the top of the backboard, they want you to jump over it the next time. You set the
hmm
bar too high.
Yeah,
Yeah.
exactly. Yeah, that's a good point. That's a good point. But I guess I don't know. I feel like this might be like a millennial thing too. Like I think it's like one of them young folks things. Because people that's millennials and Gen Z, they don't even barely be staying at jobs these days. So I think it's just kind of one of these new concepts that's out here, which we have a lot of. I feel like that happens a lot of times these days.
Yeah, social media makes everyone so vocal.
It
Way
do.
way more people are have they can put their opinions out at the blink of an
hmm
eye, right on Twitter.
And don't nobody give a fuck about them either. That's the thing.
Right.
I mean,
Yeah.
some people opinions kind of hold weight. Like maybe a newscaster or like maybe the shade room opinion or some shit like that. But for the most part, like regular people opinions do not matter. Jay, do you have any thoughts on just social media in general? Like, do you love it, hate it? I know you got to promote your podcast on there and stuff like that, but what's your thoughts on
I'm an old man, bro. I tell my son all the time. I said, social media for me growing up, you used to have to go to somebody's house, go to the coffee table, flip that photo album out. You could see all their nights in the club. It didn't exist online. You be like, oh, you was there that night too? Oh, I got the airbrush
it?
sheet
Hell
with
yeah.
the what I'm saying. But it's a pro and a con, man. You got access to the world. And you can utilize it and monetize it if you use the right way, but at the same time, you see what it is. Like we all in this podcast space, and we see it be black men have a bad rap right now of getting podcasts and saying salacious things, and
Yeah.
the meme was like he should go to therapy instead of buying equipment to start a podcast. So it was like the government dropping podcast equipment off in the hoods.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
But
Seem like it.
yeah, but I don't know, man. Social media is just a tool, and I think it's just being used the wrong way. Like, um, I, I don't know, fans don't kill me. It be women that look like twos and threes. but got a body like crazy with 50,000 followers, thirsty dudes in the comments. I'm like, all she doing is just like flicking her hair. And I'm like, what? Like,
It's crazy.
so, and I'm guilty of liking some of that stuff, but like, I also be looking for substance online,
What was the
like,
thing about black men and as podcasters doing salacious things that you just said?
yeah, it's about a few weeks ago. They was really getting on black men and podcasts
Okay.
because of some of the things that we do and say that have been viral. So it's not like all the apples are bad, but one bad apple it kind of spoiled a bunch. And
You got an example?
Kevin Samuels, Fresh and Fit.
Fresh and
some
Fit.
nah,
It's only one black guy though. The other one.
one dude. There was one. He was like I don't know the name of the pod, but this shit went viral. He was like he like his chicks medium dirty. He only wanted to take a shower before he
What?
beat.
What type of shit is that?
He was like, I don't want my girl to take no shower. He was like, I like my bitches medium dirty.
It's crazy.
This
That's
the
not
stuff
even
I'm saying.
It's not even that flagrant though. Like I feel like there's probably some crazier clips they could have pulled from that, but that's not even that bad.
I just played one on my podcast this week. One chick said anal sex on vacation
Oh yeah,
is
yeah, yeah.
cool. She'll sleep in the doo-doo.
I was like, wow, like but we getting on black men podcasters, but they
Yeah.
saying shit like that.
Like that. It's yeah. But yeah. So like I said, it was a meme that said the government is dropping podcast gear off in the hood because we
They gotta
destroyed each
be.
other.
They gotta be, man. They gotta be. Yeah, that's that is a conversation. Even that podcast that South African dude taught. What did he say to Artie Lennox? He was like, "Who was you fucking right now?" or some shit like that. Like crazy shit. Like dudes be getting on podcasts saying crazy shit. Women do too.
That
Like it
sound
is
like
what it is.
Angela Yee like lip service.
It do. Like for real.
But I think going into this dude was on the radio. No, was that a podcast or radio?
It might have been radio. I'm not sure.
I thought it was.
It was
I'm
something,
pretty
but
sure it's a podcast.
Yeah. Okay.
but it wasn't the space. Like you going to Angelique knowing the space you getting into. That one took her off guard.
Yeah, like they weren't even
So
talking about that. He just threw that
yeah,
in there. So I don't know. I think both sides can be guilty, but I guess to say all black men podcasters is dirt. Like that's kind of fucked up. But I mean, getting back to social media. So like, was you one of the people that was like kind of early on? Like maybe you was like early on Twitter,
yeah.
early on Instagram.
Early on Twitter, early on Instagram, early on Facebook,
MySpace.
MySpace. Yeah,
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Black Planet. Yeah,
Black men.
yeah,
That's a
man.
throwback.
That's when you
Wasn't that a dating website or something?
Uh-huh.
No, I was just it was I guess the Facebook of black people, just a meeting space. We used it to get girls, but it's just a meeting place where. And matter of fact, crazy thing is, Black Planet relaunched through Solange
Oh, for
a
real?
few years back. Yeah, they kind of rebranded it, but I don't know if it got traction. But
You made a page?
it's just oh yeah, I wouldn't got secured my name. I did,
Oh, bet.
even though I don't use it, but I secured my name because you go to make a new thing pop up, and you go to do your same name across all socials, and somebody done took your shit. So it's like,
Hell yeah.
so same thing. Like we got Instagram, you got the black on fan base. I went to fan base
Mm-hmm.
and secured my name, but even though I don't use it, I still secured my name just in case. But yeah, man, just I was early on the social media. It's still Twitter is by far the best app. Period.
Facts. I agree.
It's by far, but people are visual, so they want to be on Instagram. They feel like Instagram is it because they're visual. But I tell people all the time, if you know how girls be following, I'm telling you, the people you follow, if you follow them on Twitter, you get it's a way better experience,
I was just
way
about
more
to say that.
information.
I was just about to
promise
say
you.
that.
See, I was in the beginning of Twitter when it had less characters. So like it was like a thread of like small ass like sentences. So you had to get
Yeah.
your point across very quick.
Real quick, for sure.
Yeah.
Especially if you were
Not
telling a
no
joke.
more.
But
Yeah.
now it's just
So
like
you better shorten that shit.
it probably is a better experience. But after they got rid of that, I was like, man, I'm out of here.
I don't know.
It wasn't
Twitter
the
been
same.
trash for a minute to me though. Like Twitter back in like 09 to like 2011.
You just said it was the best though.
It is. I mean, overall, like over the years, like Instagram pretty much been trash the whole time. MySpace was cool, but like that era of Twitter in like probably like 2009 to like 2012, 13.
Yeah.
golden
I
because
kind I,
everybody was just getting tweets off. Like it was cool.
I kind of want to talk a bit more about that Black Planet though, because I
You
feel like
never
that
heard of
was
that?
no, I never heard of it for real, and I'm
That's
just kind of
crazy.
try to figure out like
Black Planet
what were you doing on
was
there?
just so Black Planet is just it literally was like MySpace. It was just a place where black people meet. It's Black Planet. Like I mean, of course you had whites and then Dominicans get to slide, and Puerto Ricans get to slide, but it's literally a
Hmm.
space to meet black people. And then we just I'm gonna just speak for men. We took that, remixed it, and used it to date. For real. You just like I'm sliding, looking through girls' pages. Boom, she look good. Bam. Let me slide on her DMs. That was the first. Like let me send her a message. That's it. It was just a place for. It was a place for black people to meet. That's it.
So
We
it
turned
was
it into
like,
a dating site.
was it like Connect or like you just swiping profiles, or was it
Nah, you're
more
not
like
swiping. You
It was
literally
literally Black MySpace.
yeah, you log in and you'll just see pictures of people. And you just
yeah?
kind of scroll and like you could change your search to like people in your area and stuff like that. Or you going out of time and go look. So I start looking and okay. You click the little picture, she pop up and she got a little bio, she got pictures posted, bam. And then
Yeah.
you message her. And that was it. We turned it into a dating site, but it's just a place where black people are supposed to come together, exchange ideas and meet, just be peaceful.
See, that should be funny when niggas be like exchange ideas and then turn it into a data
Let's
website.
link and build.
For real. Man, I really wish that shit would catch traction again. Though I don't think it will. I mean, I do
Nah.
think black people do need their own social media site. That would be
We
dope.
need a Black
Fan base.
LinkedIn, really.
Fan
Fan base.
base is a it's owned by Isaac Hayes the third. It's a version of Instagram. It's a lot better though. They took elements of Instagram. They got elements of Clubhouse, premium content, and also when you make an account, you can transfer all your Instagram photos to that. It take a few days, but you like click this button and it'll migrate them over.
Ah, okay,
So,
okay.
but it's a good app, and it be some good chats and going on in there.
Yeah.
So yeah,
Okay.
yeah,
That's what's up. I
like
got to check
like
that out.
live talking space. It's called fan base. Yeah,
Okay, that's what's up. And that's another thing about social media. Like back then, it was everything was what it was. Twitter was Twitter, Instagram was Instagram, like Facebook was Facebook. But not everybody trying to do the same shit everybody doing. So it's like, why
still
is we going to the same shit? Why are we going to a different app to do the same shit? We need a centralized place. Maybe it could be fan base.
I
Just to
wouldn't
get
want everything in one place though. Like,
nah.
nah. Like that's like thinking about phones. Like I wouldn't want only an Apple phone around. Like if everybody had the
Mm.
same
I would,
phone.
I would.
But people want to
Ain't no more green bubbles.
be a little different.
Yeah. I'm about to get an Android too in a couple days. I kind of feel a little poor, but it's cool though. It's cool. I still got my iPhone, for the backup, but
I tell women this all the time. There was a study in 2020. The biggest turnoff in 2020 dating scene was people with Android phones. That was
for
a
real,
real study
that's
in London.
crazy. Why is that? Why does that matter to us, man? I know why it matters because it's funny, but like, really, this is crazy.
It's
Like,
classism at its finest, bruh.
it is. It really is, though. Damn,
That's classism at its finest. Like,
that's
I ain't never had an iPhone either. That shit crazy.
you single?
Nah, I'm not single.
You lucky one.
you got
You're
you one.
lucky.
I
You
work
got you one, boy.
I worked it out.
That's crazy. Yeah, that's crazy. This really just like it's classism. Is just like what's another word for it? Like it's vanity. Like it's just all that shit wrapped into one. Like a green
Yeah.
bubble. Really? Like this is
I,
what we doing?
because truth be told, I'm an Apple guy to the T. Droid phones are better,
They are.
but it doesn't have the ecosystem that an Apple provides. It's like, you know what I'm saying? And it's like we get these features. And like, oh, we could do it, and Droid's like, "Man, we had that in like 2017."
Yeah.
But again, it's the fact that Apple iPhones cost more than Androids, right? But Apple iPhones outsell Droids 4-1. But it's a broke man's phone. It's a real broke man's phone. Because check this out, you only need Wi-Fi. I can talk to any other Apple product with just Wi-Fi. If I invest $1,500 in a good phone, all I need is Wi-Fi. So I don't have to download an app to talk to nobody. Because I mean, chicks are like, download Duo. Man, come on, man. Come on, man.
It's crazy.
Yeah, but yeah, it's just everything is co-located. in one big central system. So
Samsung, if you listen to make S message or something like make some integrated thing where everybody on Samsung can talk or something. Like why has Samsung not done that though? Like
because it's Google based, so you're gonna have to use Google things instead of just one across the board. Because Samsung is Samsung, but Samsung depends on Google for the back end, right? As opposed to Apple don't outsource nothing. It's Apple, Apple, Apple. That's why.
Can iPhones can download files and things to your phone, right? Oh, y'all got
So
folders and
that's
all that.
another thing. You could yes and no. It's not as freely as y'all. So I can go to porn site and click links and all of that, and my phone won't get a file. I could download a file that has a virus, but it won't affect my phone.
yeah,
As
yeah.
opposed to a Android based phone, it's interconnected with the operating system. So you could really brick your phone if you go and click the wrong thing.
Yeah, click big wet butts 55. Like your shit done.
Yeah, you mess
Your
around
shit
and
is out of here.
you trying to get that filth off your phone and you click the wrong enter button.
Uh-huh. It's over with. But
Yeah,
yeah, but that's I think that's enough phone talk for today. Enough tech talk. Let's kind of get into this next topic. I know we was talking about getting on Black Planet and seeing all the beautiful ladies and stuff like that. Have y'all heard that story about that elementary school teacher that like super thick and like the parents is mad about it? Like I don't know if y'all seen that story,
I
but
love it. I love it.
Yeah, I
it's
saw
I
just
that.
love it.
like it
I
just
love it.
like
Y'all need to
but
stop
why though?
messing
Like
with her, man. Let her work.
cause like she really just trying to get her check. Like she just thick. Like that's just,
All right,
that's
I'm
just
gonna
what it
play
is.
devil's advocate,
You gotta have an
fellas.
OnlyFans, right? And be a teacher. Why not?
She know it. They shouldn't be messing with her, but she know what she doing. She trying to be Teacher Bay 2.0. She know exactly what she doing. She know what she wearing. Like her outfits be Friday fits. Y'all remember going to school? Teachers wore jeans and sneakers on
yeah.
Fridays. Yeah, it's her everyday. She know what she doing, and then what she doing? She getting a selfie off every day for a school start. She building that. I they're going about it the wrong way. I would be like, don't use the school to promote uh your
Social
I
media,
guess
your brand.
like she'd be a public figure on her Instagram or something, but like like don't do that to promote your brand, even though the kids ain't with it. But she know what she doing. I like it, but she know what she
I
doing.
feel like she just got good
Yeah.
fashion, and that's what she normally wear.
That ain't all she got.
Like I can't tell
Right.
a woman what to wear. Like if that's like, why would she go to the store and be like, I'm about to buy some baggy ass jeans, and a baggy shirt
Okay.
just to appease
All right.
someone? Like you buy it then. Like I'm not gonna spend my money.
If she went to a job interview, would she be dressed like that?
Maybe a suit, so it's gonna be different.
It what you
You
mean?
gonna come in a suit,
Work
like
attire. Exactly. Work attire is work attire. Like it's a suit. It's a different suit that I wear, or how I wear my suit to a lounge, upscale lounge, as opposed to wear my suit to the office. I'm not gonna have my chain out, the extra tight pants and all of that. Like this, it's a different space for the work environment, and it's kids, and parents. I mean, but again,
yeah.
I get what she's doing.
I
She's
mean,
saucing it up.
she not really wearing revealing clothing. She just got a good figure, so it
And you
shows.
can't hide that.
So it just be like, there's nothing that she can really do. Is like, if God want to bless her with that, you can't stop her from shining.
Man, stop it, bro. What you mean, God? What you mean, God? You know that
You
was
thought
not
you
God.
brought God in this?
Come on now.
God did.
God. Come on now. I mean, I'm saying if you look at it, that ain't God though. That ain't God. That's Doctor somebody. But
Yeah.
yeah, I don't know. That shit is crazy. I just think that like especially the fact that the kids not even like when I was in kindergarten, I wasn't think about that shit. Like they not even really
You
think
wasn't?
about that. No,
Shit,
what kind
Ms.
of
Walker had
no?
Ms. Walker in 1984. Ms. Walker had a fat ass in my class, boy. You talking about? I still remember. She smelled good as hell. Gave the best titty hugs, boy.
The best.
Hell yeah. She's like,
Man,
come here, you.
animal crackers.
Man,
Like, man, that
man.
juice.
Back in the day, that's what I
Yeah.
was thinking about. I wasn't thinking about no ass back in kindergarten, but maybe a little bit after that. But that's what I'm saying though. Like most kids probably not think about that shit for real. So it's like the people
It ain't
that's
the
really
kids.
mad.
Yeah.
Yeah, the people that's mad is really the parents. Like the kids didn't go complain about it.
Yeah, I gotta stay out
Cause
of.
they not that. You said what?
So I gotta stay out of women business.
Low key,
Mm-hmm.
Like
we kind of dabbling in the women business right now. Let me.
that's because they mad at themselves right now. I'm not mad. The male community not mad.
Not at
Yeah,
all.
we ain't, man. Not at all. Mm-mm.
Not at all. Yeah, I really would be interested to hear. Like, was it a woman that reported this
It
or a
had to be.
man?
They said parents are outraged.
Parents. Okay.
Of course, I'm a assume it's women like the mothers, wives, baby mamas finding out. Oh, the dad never be like, I'm going to back to school tonight, but tonight the line is out the door. COVID restrictions in place because there's too many niggas in one room.
Yeah.
Like she got fifth grade parents in her like,
For no reason. That's crazy. No, that do sound like what happened. I can see that for sure.
Gotta join a
Um,
PTA now.
man, got
facts.
to,
Yeah, see.
got to.
See, that's a good thing.
It is. It
She
is.
bringing the dads in. She bringing the moms. Everybody coming in to help their kids.
Hmm. That's a good thing. I mean, you can look at it like that, but the women they gonna be mad because they,
Think positive.
yeah, yeah. You got to think positive on it. Let's kind of wrap it up with this last topic, man. Let's see, which one should we do? Let's kind of talk about are you into sneakers a lot, Jay? Like one of them people that's Jordans,
I'm gonna shoot. I'm
Adidas.
gonna shoot God. I'm gonna shoot God, bro. I've been collecting sneakers since '94.
Okay. Do you remember your first the first one you was like, oh yeah, I got those. Like I've been one of them. Like I got them now.
My first big, probably was two, man. So to get a little backstory, I'm from the era. We the reason that Jordans drop on Saturday. We used to skip
Mm.
school and skip third and fourth period to shoot to the mall to buy Jordans and come back. And then everybody was doing it, and there was no internet. You had to order East Bay book, flip through the book, look at the
Yeah,
date, circle it, like, oh shit, so we got to go Friday, run over here. So I remember Jordan ones was $90 back then, and then
man.
I think the real one that stood out was I skipped school and got the Jordan 11s and came back. Them shits unlaced, the Bread 11s, killing them, and
Mm.
their foam posits came out, and $160 for a shoe in 1995 was unheard of. Unheard of. It was like she was like that shoe better come with a motor and a transmission
Man,
to
tell
put
him.
you through. Yeah, so I copped the black with the Volt check, and that was a game changer. But yeah, that was I've been in sneakers for a minute. Yeah,
Okay. You
and
said
Jordans are actually uncomfortable.
what? Which one? All of them?
A majority of them. I was like, I don't know how Mike played in this shit.
I mean, 13 is comfortable, 8's comfortable to me.
You
Other
name
than that,
all the odd ones.
I mean
13s
that's
and
the
8s.
ones though. Yo, you don't fuck with, that's my favorite. I fuck with 13s because they is so cozy. I don't know. They like a big ass boat though.
Like I just wear ones, really. I mean, I'm older, so I got slave feet, bro. But I wear ones, really just a bunch of ones, and I just be giving the other ones away. But I got a gang.
Do you what do you feel like is your most prized possession shoe right now? I don't know if you want to put it out on the podcast, but do you feel like you got one right now?
I got all the. I just wore them the other day. Some Yeezy. I got all the Yeezy Nikes, so I still wear them.
Ooh,
So I
okay.
remember Sunday. It was a Sunday, September something in 2013. The Red October's drop. I ended up getting three pair, two 11s and a 9.
What?
Yeah. I remember camping out, thinking I was gonna die, get stabbed at DTLR for these Yeezys. When it was Nike. So yeah, I got a few prospects. I got some samples back in the day. Samples. I'm really old, bro. I remember taking the Greyhound to Harlem
Yeah.
because it was only one house of hoops in the world, and it was in Harlem.
Wow.
So I camped out because it was only 15 pair of Jordan 13 Ray Allens, and I got a size 11.
That's the green and white ones.
Yup,
Hmm.
yup.
Okay.
But yeah, no, I was yeah, I've been in the game for a minute, but I'm about more comfort now. So Adidas is killing in comfort, and more like I mean, I still wear Nikes, but it's just I'm an easy guy. Like
Yeezys are
the shoes
comfortable.
look funky. Yeah, exactly. It's
Yeah.
comfortable, and and also Stan Smiths are like an Air Force One to me. So I don't wear Air Force Ones, but Stan Smiths are like a go-to, not expensive. I could wear them a few times, throw them away, like crispy, whatever. So
Did that come with age, or was that kind of what you was on like back in the day too?
I was on Adidas back in the day, but I was shit, my fault. It's going, shit going crazy on Saturday, but
No, you good, bro.
it's comfort. It was comfort, and I was buying the whole outfit like a goofball, looking like a Jimmy Jazz mannequin.
For real, for real. That's crazy. All right, I guess last question to wrap it up. Like, do you so like when you copping sneakers now? Do you doing retail? Like, you trying to get your shit for retail? You use the sneakers app?
I don't pay resale. I've been in the game so long. I've built relationships with people. I got friends and family that work for the company, so it's like at this point I can just. It ain't a flex, but like I could just make a phone call or be like, "Yo, let me get this," or I can call somebody, call some friends, and be like, let me get X, Y, and Z. So I haven't paid resale for nothing for me in a minute. I think my son be wanting stuff off of StockX. So I bought him some. What are you asking me for? Oh, some Mambasita, Kobe 8, some Mambacitas.
Oh yeah,
So
yeah,
I
yeah.
paid I paid a little penny for them, but other than that, like nothing for me. Nah, I just get them at retail. I don't believe in that resale stuff.
I feel that. Yeah, especially when you've been in the game so long. When there wasn't no resale back then, like people was just
No,
getting them for retail,
but
and
I
they
remember when
sitting.
resale was high. I remember resale was really high though. Yeah.
Yeah, yeah. So that's what's up, man. We definitely appreciate you for. Oh, actually, before we get out of here, I guess talk about anything you got coming up. You got any new projects coming up? I know you got the podcast going on right now, but what's going on in the near future for you?
Uh, Beginning of fourth quarter, we're doing a live show in Baltimore, DC area. First live podcast show. Um, and just continuing to push the envelope in the podcast space, man. Get better every week, every time out. And we all talk about the same things, but you just gotta to not be salacious, but give you a true, honest opinion and set yourselves out from others. And again, man, like have fun with the podcast, and just continue to grow and support. We got to support each other. Um, so yeah,
Absolutely.
that's really it, man. Just getting better and putting out more content every day.
For sure.
And I'm kind of curious though, like, kind of talk about preparing for that live show. Like, is this something that you kind of nervous about, or like how you feel about finally getting up on the stage and doing that?
Yeah, because it's ain't no do overs. You can't edit. You can't edit that. It's live, and we had these meetings. It's like now you could potentially have a heckler. You could potentially it's distractors around instead of in an in controlled environment. But yeah, I'm getting ready, trying to do what I can, and I think we want to. Normally my podcast would be an hour. We recommend an hour, but I think we're gonna do a whole 2 hour set. But I'm gonna have to get some fan interactions involved. So hopefully it all work out. But if you stay ready, you ain't got to get ready.
Hey man, that's a fact right there. But Jay, man, we definitely appreciate you for
Yeah.
coming through. We're
Thank you
gonna
for coming on for sure.
Yeah, man. Thank y'all for having me, man. Anytime.
Absolutely. So yeah, we're gonna go ahead and get up out of here. This has been the Friends Podcast, man. Thank you so much for joining us, and we out.
Peace and love.